We do not live in the universe. We are a process of it. 1. The greatest illusion of human experience. We spend our entire lives inside a remarkably convenient illusion that I am a separate entity, and the universe is something outside of me. You look at the sky and think the universe is up there. You look at your body and think you are in here. But modern science performs a ruthless correction. It does not care what appears intuitive. It cares about what is structurally true. To the senses, the world appears as independent objects, tables, walls, skin, stone. Yet when we descend to the foundations of physics, the world no longer consists of things. It becomes structure, process, and interaction. At that level, the question changes entirely. The question is not, do I belong to the universe? The question is, by what mechanism was I ever separate from it? If no such mechanism can be identified, then the feeling of separation is a psychological experience, not a property of reality itself. 2. You are stellar matter in biological form. Let us begin with something simple and irrefutable. Your body is made of atoms. You did not create those atoms, nor did the Earth create most of the heavier ones. Hydrogen and helium emerged from the early universe. But carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, these were forged in the interiors of massive stars. Within stellar cores, nuclear fusion compresses atomic nuclei together. Under immense pressure and temperature, matter climbs the ladder of complexity. When such stars die, particularly in violent explosions, their material is expelled into space as clouds of enriched debris. That debris cools, condenses, and eventually forms planets, oceans, atmospheres. You may look at a stone and call it an object, but in physical history, it is a fragment of a stellar cycle. So are you. The reasoning is straightforward. If your matter once existed inside stars, and if without stars the chemical basis of life would not exist, then you are not a creature standing upon the universe. You are a phase of the universe, expressed in biological organization. You are the universe in the mode of life. 3. At the deepest level, there are no things, only fields. Now we go deeper. What we call matter was once imagined as tiny, solid particles, self-contained and independent. Modern physics has dismantled that picture. In quantum field theory, each particle is not a miniature object. It is a localized excitation of an underlying field. The electron is not a solid bead. It is a mode of vibration of the electron field. The photon is not a pellet of light. It is a vibration of the electromagnetic field. The crucial point is this: fields are primary. Particles are secondary. If you need an analogy, imagine a calm lake. The lake is the field. A ripple is the particle. The ripple does not arrive from elsewhere. It is the lake in motion. Likewise, what we call a particle is not an independently existing entity traveling through space. It is a state of excitation of a field. This carries a profound implication. If the foundation of matter is field, then what we call a thing is merely a stable pattern of vibration. You believe you are holding something solid. But what is solid? It is the electromagnetic interaction between electrons. Without fields and forces, there is no solidity. What appears as a thing is, in truth, relation. And when matter is relation, the fundamental structure of reality is not isolation, but interaction. 4. You are not a thing. You are a process. We now approach the part that feels unsettling. From thermodynamics and systems biology, we know a living organism is not a fixed block of matter. It is a structure that maintains its form through continuous exchange with its environment. You inhale, molecules enter. You exhale, molecules leave. You eat, matter is replaced. You drink, matter is replaced. The energy you use to think, to maintain warmth, comes from ongoing exchange. Interrupt that exchange, and what you call a body dissolves into ordinary physical decay. The self you experience is not a static substance that remains unchanged from birth to death. You are a maintained pattern. Consider a flame. A flame has shape. You can point to it. Yet, it is not an object. It is a process of combustion, continuous consumption, emission, transformation. You are structurally similar. Thus, the statement, "I am a separate individual," is valid at the level of social experience. But at the foundational physical level, you are an open process within the universal system. 5. Individuality is a functional boundary, not an absolute substance. It is important to be precise. Science does not claim that individuality is an illusion. You have boundaries, a nervous system, memory, identity. However, those boundaries are not absolute. They are functional. Imagine a whirlpool in the ocean. It has visible edges, it has structure, yet it possesses no separate substance of its own. Water flows into it, water flows out of it. It persists because the pattern of motion persists. You are analogous. Atoms enter your body. Atoms leave your body. You remain you because the informational and organizational structure persists. What then is an individual? An individual is a relatively stable organization, not a substance detached from the universe. This is the metaphysical implication of modern science. Being is not a static thing. Being is a stable pattern within flux. 6. The metaphysical implication. Reality is relation, not isolation. We now step into metaphysics without leaving the ground of science. Science does not declare that the universe is a single consciousness, but it compels acceptance of several facts. No entity exists without interaction. No solidity exists without fields and forces. No organism exists without exchange. No self exists without energetic continuity. The conclusion is subtle but profound. Separation is not the fundamental structure of reality. Separation is an experience. The deeper structure is relation. When you grasp this, something shifts. You are no longer a unit thrown into an alien cosmos. You are the cosmos, organized as life, maintaining itself, becoming aware. 7. The threshold. The universe looking at itself. If every object is vibration, if every solid is interaction, if every body is process, then you are not something located within the universe. You are an event of it. The universe is not out there. It is configuring itself into this form, long enough, stable enough, to reflect upon itself. You are not dissolved. You do not disappear. But you were never independent. Individuality is a flame, a whirlpool, a pattern stable enough to ask the most profound question: who am I? And when this structure eventually disperses, nothing leaves the universe, because nothing was ever outside it. If this feels overwhelming, it is because you have encountered something structurally real. You are not small within the universe. You are the universe, learning to understand itself.